Okay, and similarly we will do the same thing for the second point, the 0, 2. So x is 0, but log 9y is negative 2. So again, log ABC is ACB, right? So AC is B. Now don't be afraid that it's 9 to the power negative 2. You don't need to care. Just think of that right now. So we have actually two sets of data, like I said. So we have x is 4, y is 1. So 4, 1. And then we also have another set of data when x is 0, y is 9 to the power negative 2. Now what we do is, because these are xy, xy. Now if you go back to the question, apart from the xy, we also have something called the AB, right? So we need to put those xy's, the ones we have converted into proper xy's, so like 4, 1, and then into here, so that we can find out what they are. So what to do? So let's put this one in the second bracket. So x is 0 and y is negative 9 over 2. So y is negative 9 over 2 and x is 0. So can you notice what's this? Is b to the power of 0, and b to the power of 0 is 1. So basically a is 9 to the power of negative 2, because b to the power of 0 is 1, and 1 times a is just a. And now we're going to take the other set, that because now we know a is the 9 to the power of negative 2. Now going back to the equation, we're going to put these two values in, the 4 and 1. So x is 4, y is 1. So going back into this equation, y is 1, a is negative 9 to the power negative 2, and b to the power of x, and x is 4. So what do? We will divide the 9 over 2 to the other side, 9 to the power negative 2. So if you take out a calculator, 1 divided by 9 to the power negative 2. Oh, it's 81. So 81 is b to the power of 4. So to get rid of the power of 4, we do root 4. So how do we do root 4? Is 4. So that one function here, shift that. So we got 4 roots of 81, which is 3. So the answer in here would be D. So what we learn in here is how to unlog things, and then we're going to use these values into the equations. Question 38. If you get this type of question tomorrow, then it would be actually quite nice. One thing you need to notice is that the sine theta and sine theta, or actually whatever it is, cosine theta, but they should match. If they don't match, you have to make them match. And normally, typically what they will do is they will give you a cosine square theta, but then give you a sine theta. But because in Form 3 we learn this, that sine square theta plus cosine square theta is 1, we can actually, if I move the sine theta over, so I can get cosine square theta is 1 minus sine square theta, then I can replace that in. But in this case, you don't even need to do that, because what you realize is this is regarded as an x square term, and this is an x term, and this is a number term. So you literally have a quadratic equation, formula number 1. So this being the 5a and 1 and negative 4. So the first answer is 0.8. So sine theta is 0.8. And then the second answer is negative 1. Now, if you know how a sine curve is, so a sine curve looks like this. It starts from 0 and goes back to 0 after 360. So 0, 180, and 360. So they're asking you when the sine theta curve is at 0.8 and negative 1. And if you also remember, the maximum value and the minimum values of sine curves is 1 and -1. So if we're looking for 0.8, it's about here, a little bit lower than 1. So if you go along this line, you have a solution here, and then you have another solution here, and there's no more solution along this line. And then for the -1, if you go along this, there's only one point here. So actually there's one solution, two solutions, and three solutions for this equation. So simply you need to understand what sine theta would give you in a quadratic form, and then look on the curve where they are. And if they give you cosine, okay, if you don't remember, a cosine curve looks like that. So if this was the same question, then you would have gone 0.8. So this is the first answer, your second answer, and then again for the -1. So it will also be 3 roots if this was 5 cosine theta plus cosine theta minus 4 equals 0. So what you need to notice is this is a square term, is a not square term. So this is a quadratic equation to solve.